Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to remember our fallen friend. And I wanted to use this funeral as the opportunity for us to reminisce on a loved one so dear to all of our hearts who has left this mortal plane. Oh, it's just too sad for me to bear. If I get through this stream without weeping, it will be a miracle. We have a new member of the Measly Few. Dave Yogurt Second says Rip Florian. And Balls Mahone for $2 said Florian's love of CP was his downfall. Folks, the purpose of this stream is to not only acknowledge the loss of Florian to the channel and to the podcast, but to give all of you, the community who has adored him and listened to him on hundreds of hours of episodes, to give you some closure, to give you the opportunity to vent your sadness and your various feelings definitively one last time. So the last few weeks, the Measly Few community has been submitting their eulogy voicemails, and we're going to sit here and listen to them today. Dark Western for 5 said, happy birthday, Jimbo. Thank you. Uh-oh. We don't want that to be covered up. Let's fix that. There we go. Luis Acosta, member for 1 month. Rip our beloved Florian. He will not be missed. No Flu for £5 says, rip my N-word Florian. So, before we listen to the voicemail eulogies, I did have a few things prepared for all of you. I wrote a eulogy of my own. So let's get started with that. And I will get to all these donations and memberships at some point. Florian Himsl, the man, the squid, the ballfrog. What is there to say about our fallen friend? He was a man with an incredible ego, despite the fact that his only successes in life were when he played second fiddle to somebody actually talented. From video game development to podcasting to video producing, time after time, Florian's independent ventures were complete failures, and his only successes were when somebody else did the majority of the work. A self-proclaimed feminist who views women's time and bodies as commodities to be bought and sold. A millionaire landlord who genuinely considers himself to be intellectually and morally superior to others, despite the overwhelming evidence to the contrary. A man who will call you retarded if you think it would be better to cure the blindness of 1,000 people instead of providing one solitary tank to the Ukrainian army. A man so insecure about the facts of his life that he willingly shared publicly that he demands censorship of his friends and creates lists of things they're not allowed to say. A man so obsessed with fame and fortune that he'll betray his closest friends for the potential of future glory, despite the fact that his greatest successes are far behind him and that his most cancelable traits are not the people he associates with, but the words that come out of his own mouth. A man whose most useful characteristic was the ability to spout off retarded, insane, uneducated opinions with the utmost confidence. A man who week after week had audiences on the edge of their seats to hear what embarrassing opinion he would share next. This is the man we are here to remember today. Thank you. I can't believe I got through that without crying. Oh, it was so difficult. I'm so sad right now. And died by snoo snoo? It very well could be. We don't know the cause of death. I also... Maybe we should skip this part. You guys tell me in the chat. I know at funerals, there's usually like some songs that get played. And I did prepare a live musical performance, but I don't know if I want to scare everybody away with my singing. So you tell me in the chat while I catch up on the donations. Should I sing my song to Florian? Let's see, where's the fan funding? There we go, convenient. Fawaz, member for 1 month, said we lost another great Australian man, and Major D, member for 7 months, just sent my voicemail. Hope I'm not too late. Okay. They want to hear me sing it live? Okay, we got a lot. I guess we're doing that. Let's mute the depression chamber music that I don't even know if you can hear. Okay, you guys asked for this. You guys, this was on you. Okay. Himsl, now I know I was wrong. I messed up and now you're gone. Himsl, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this empty. Your oh damn right now would sound like music to me. Please come home, 'cause I miss you, Squiddy. Squiddy, come home. Himsl, can't you see that I was blind? I'll do anything to change your mind. You're more than a pet, you're my best friend. Too cool to forget, come back 'cause we are family. And forgive me for making you wanna roam. Now my heart is beating like the saddest metronome. Somewhere I hope you're reading my latest 3-word poem. Squiddy, come home. Squiddy, come home! Squiddy, come home! Squiddy, come home! That's the end of the song, I think. That's about it. Yep, you guys asked for that? Okay, we're back. Himsl, can't you see? I was blind. I'd do anything to change your mind. Okay. I currently have in my inbox, it looks like 34 voicemails to listen to. They are of various lengths, various sound qualities, and various loudnesses. So this will be hell on earth. Again, I warned all of you. 34 of these, ranging in time from 20 seconds to, I think the longest was 8 minutes. So we'll see if we actually get through some of these long ones. And we clearly have a lot to get through, so I'll catch up on these quick donations and then we will start listening. Let's see, Fawaz said, my dad knocking on the door telling me to stop crying. Shuba for 2 pounds. Vaxxed status. I do believe Florian was vaxxed. I don't know if that's related to his death. These vaxxed are status. I do believe. My phone started playing it. Wow, the ghost of Florian has haunted my phone. That's crazy. That's literally never happened. Damn, I thought a voicemail was playing on its own. Okay, rest in peace, and you guys know what. Liquid Day for, wow, 20 bucks. Florian is a true hero. I saw his Ukraine debate with Eggy earlier this year, and when he briefly said that he donated to Ukraine, I was inspired to also donate as a tax write-off, so my money won't go to Ukraine. Where W? Uh-oh. Well, thank you, Liquid Dave. I will donate your $20 to one tank for Ukraine. Hopefully, You guys can hear these okay? Let's see if anybody who I trust in chat will let me know if these are too loud or too quiet. These are in a completely random order. So let's get started with number 1.
Excuse me. We're all gathered here today to commemorate, I wouldn't say a man, per se. He was certainly an individual. I mean, he went through great lengths to make himself out to be an individual. If there were ever really a word to describe anyone. If there were really a word to describe anyone, it would be, for him it would be contrarian. Yeah, he was quite the contrarian. And, I don't know if he thought that was a good trait. If that was a trait to be, desired. Nevertheless, he picked it. I just remembered I gotta take my laundry out. Yeah, I gotta take my laundry out.
Some of these I did listen all the way through.
You know, when I got the news that, Florian was tragically killed in an altercation with a T-35 tank on the battlefields of Ukraine, you know, I didn't know what to feel. Sorrow, grief. I mean, what could I have done?
Not much.
How much money could I have given to Ukraine to save that man?
Not enough.
Among many things, he was a man of charity. He loved giving to the needy. And just ask any of the women working at the corners of the streets of Austria,
a lot of
and they
money.
will tell you how much of a giver Florian was. How much he really gave to the community. Especially, what's her name, Crystal, across the road from that red, the red light district. She has many stories of his charitable donations, you know, to the community. On top of his charitable donations and his philosophical debates with men of the Simian variety, he was also a visionary and a creator. You see, he was the lead creator, director, artist, and visionary of The Binding of Isaac. And he made no other games afterwards.
I think I heard him laugh.
One. He only needed one. I don't think any of us will really forget, you know, his experiences on Grindr, his opinions on Twitter, his suggestion of the annoying orange video as
that
a
was
fucking
a good one.
Kino corner video. Among everything, I understand that the man who will miss him most, more than any of us could ever imagine, is dear Eggy. Don't worry, you will be reunited with your queen again one day. Don't you worry, Eggy.
In hell?
That's all I really have to say. I just got done eating the most bomb-ass, magnificent sandwich of all time. So I'm gonna go drink a beer, jerk off, and go to sleep.
Me too.
But when I'm jerking off and laying in bed, I'll be thinking of Florian up in heaven. Fucking, I don't know, talking about how Cuties was secretly a masterpiece or some shit to God.
Did he say that?
Anyway, that's it.
Okay, that's one down. We did it. Gonzo Killis for $10. Florian was a giver and a receiver. Rip legend. Squid emoji. Kyle Loam for 5 said he's with the greats now. Jimmy. Strom Thurmond. Commander Rockwell. Ronald Reagan. Yakub. Don't cry. He's with his peers in heaven. Okay. Let's hear Eulogy number 2.
Rip my nigga Florian. I can't believe that he suffocated doing BBW sugar baby porn. It's truly a tragedy. Shout out to all his friends and family, and we're gonna have to have a corn pizza in his honor.
Yeah, according to my poll, 50% of the chat is eating corn pizza right now, with Sugar Baby at 28% and Schnitzel at 22%. Okay.
All my homies say, fuck Florian. Anyone who doesn't like Eggy for no good reason that's just a serious red flag.
True.
I don't believe a lot of what Florian says, but I do believe in him in this case because it lines up with his rotten character. I don't believe a lot of what he says. Like, I don't believe he has sugar babies. I don't believe he has money, a landlord. I don't believe any of that. I have no reason to believe any of that. I think he just lives in the sewer somewhere. He reminds me of a internet character extending his opinions and his quote-unquote hot takes because he knows he's so boring and unoriginal. And I know he said that he believes everything that he said previously. Like, he truly believes it, but I have my doubts. I don't believe that at all. I mean, he realizes he's boring and unoriginal, so nobody would listen to him unless he says, it's almost like shock value. He just wants to say something edgy or you know, get people talking. So he came onto your channel that you built and tried to steal attention away from your channel on there because he knew he couldn't do it on his own. Even when he was on, he always had an arrogant attitude, and he was always being a snob for no reason. He acted like he had it all figured out when it came to lifestyle choices and politics, and if you disagreed, oh, you're just retarded, oh, you're just a crybaby. Florian, the only tears I see are your tears choking on twink dick, alright? And he'd always contradict himself, and he very rarely would admit that he was wrong. It was so annoying listening to him. It was like a train wreck. You just could not look away. Or listening to shitty rap music. It's almost funny how bad and wrong he is on there. But anyway, I think a big reason why he didn't like Eggy is that he was jealous of Eggy. Eggy's much more likable. He's much more handsome. True. I'd even argue Eggy has a better head of hair than Florian does. I think Florian has a secret bald spot that he's not letting people know. It would not surprise me one bit. Of course he would deny it, but he's got bald spot energy. I just think he's a balding
Who cares?
rat.
Hey, it's okay to bald.
Extra cheese on that corn pizza. But other than that, I think you made the right choice, Jimbo. He's gone forever.
That wasn't my choice.
I think we could all learn about that. You can cut toxic people out of your life. You can cut toxic family out of your life. You do not have to put up with these people. So I think you made the right call. I think we're in the golden age. Less Florian, more Eggy, sprinkle some Biggs in there. Patchy's wife, Headless Rusty. So I think the channel's in the right direction. And again, fuck Florian.
Okay. Let it out, buddy. Salty Shackle says, do you still got the Russell and Isabel PDF? I do. That is my third book I ever wrote, and it's low-key maybe my best book. At some point, I'm going to make retrospective videos about all of the books I've written in order, and I'll probably make audiobooks of all of them as well. So if you're interested in the books I wrote when I was literally 15, stay tuned. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Florian was a man of many passions, mainly his sugar babies. Florian was a man of many talents, mainly his ballfrog shenanigans. Florian was a man who would willingly sacrifice thousands of blind people for one Ukrainian tank.
I think that's what he said.
Florian was a legend. There is not a single person with movie opinions as shitty and horrendous.
I know it's quiet. I can't do much
Florian's.
else about it.
What else can be said? Florian will be missed. Or maybe not. The real Florian was all the friends we made along the way. And that's what really matters.
Okay. Maybe I could have left that one out. A little bit quiet and pointless, but you know, he tried. Here's a familiar face. You guys ready for this one?
This one goes out to homeboy Himsl. a man who was instrumental in creating one of my all-time favorite video game franchises, something I have hundreds of hours logged in, and I'm talking about Ballfrog, but you know what, that's his thing too, big ups. I did play it, and I did buy it with my money. He was never afraid to stand up for what he believed in, even though he was always in the unpopular side. He never backed down, he never faltered, he never got nervous. He stood on business, 10 toes. Some people said, oh, you know what, it doesn't matter if your work is successful, you should just do it no matter what. He
That's
said,
how I
listen,
feel.
I do what works, I go for what works, I'm looking at the numbers to see what's working, and I respect the people who reach great success. Maybe that's why he was so successful in the first place. Maybe that's why he's able to have beautiful women coming around his place to watch all kinds of interesting films, and he's able to meet all kinds of interesting people in very different ways. I, for one, say to you, homeboy Himsl, you made a difference in this world. I respect it. Not everybody does, but I do. A peace.
You know, is there a certain irony here? We get 5 voicemails in a row tearing this man apart, and then his mortal enemy, who he chose to make his enemy, is the only one who has anything kind to say. Anything even remotely kind at all. It's almost like you shouldn't go out of your way to make friends into enemies, you stupid motherfucker. Let's move on. Barrett Privateer, who submitted many prank voicemails, said, let me hear at least one ear rape to wake everyone up. I don't think so. Jeff Jefferson for 2 said, will the best call-in be America's Next Top Florian? You guys can decide. If there's a voicemail you particularly enjoy and you want to hear them on the show, let it be known in the chat. And D.A. Manuel for 2 said, Florian walks so Eggy can run. Sure.
Hey Florian, just wanted to let you know, bud. I think it's really sad to see that you're going away, not returning to the show, being a little bit dramatic, and I just think it's a great tragedy, you know? My favorite part of the show was having you on Is It Kino, and just sort of, of course you're sort of an outlandish, eccentric character.
We've got everybody asking if he's in a cave, and then Randy the Wild Horse says, this one scares me.
And, but I really liked you. Even though you're, totally gay. That's okay. I forgive you for, getting down and dirty in boys' buttholes. That's fine, man. Do you, Florian. But just upsetting that arguably my favorite part of the show is now leaving.
Me too.
And I think it's really selfish of you to sort of just sort of abandon this community that you've been a part of for quite a while for some brown boy butthole pussy. Some brown boy pussy. Not saying that the skin color of the person you're fucking is brown, but I'm saying it's a boy butthole. So it's brown, and it's tainted with shit, and that's worth.
Okay, we're gonna do a poll before I finish this one. Should this guy with the same audio quality be the next Florian? Should Dr. Cave should Dr. Cave be the next Florian? Let's sound off in the chat.
That's worth it more than the friends. And the brown boy butthole is worth it more than the following and the view. Not even the following, but the views you get. Because you don't get any views. And I'd argue that all of it, most of it anyway, comes from the Simian Jimmy Treehouse channel.
All of it.
Because who the fuck is watching you for you, So it's just sad to see that any time I want to hear from you, now will come from your channel, and it's going to be shit, and I'm not going to listen to it. I can't listen to just your voice for over 10 minutes.
Hey,
That's
Purple's
absurd.
there.
I need other American people to interject. So, yeah, cheers. Florian. It was a good one, you know. Bye.
The reverb goes for 5 whole seconds after he stops talking. Yeah, if he wants Americans on this show, I guess Purple Colonel's Canadian, which is part of North America, but not any America of mine. Hartsy is kinda American.
Alright, hey Eggy, hey Jimmy, you know, I heard you guys were accepting calls for the eulogy of Florian Himsl, and I just thought, well, howdy, I gotta send in my message, cause Florian Himsl was the one who introduced me to your show. Now, for context, I'm a southerner with a definitely not shitty accent who's, I'm a war profiteer. I send all sorts of weapons and all that junk. All them kids in Gaza, they got me to blame. I'm deep into this shit. I'm deep into this game. Now listen, man. A couple years ago, during the height of this whole Ukraine-Russia nonsense, I get a call, and I was just drinking my old, big old glass of sweet tea and my cornbread. My phone rings, like I said, the caller ID, he says he's from Austria. So naturally, your boy, answers with some curiosity. I don't get much Austrian shoppers, per se. And now on the other end, it's this Austrian fella, and, he sounded out of shape, and, he tells me, he sounded more desperate than a raccoon caught in a box trap, I'll tell you. He goes, "Oh, hello, it's Florian Himsl, and I am in a terrible situation. I need to acquire a tank for the Ukraine army, but I have no money. I must trade." And now, I'm used to folks trying to cut deals. This was something else, though, no money for a tank. Tanks are expensive.
Autist the Loser says we gotta update his Wikipedia page. I'm saying right now, I do not want the hundreds of viewers to write on Florian Himsl's Wikipedia that he is dead. I, Simian Jimmy, am humbly requesting that you don't do that. Don't. It's not appropriate. It's not good.
But this Florian feller starts begging, "Listen, please, I will give you a whole bunch of my Steam codes for my games. So many codes, you'll be swimming in them. And also, I will send you some sugar babies. They are very sweet, if you know what I mean." He got this weird laugh at the end of that. I don't know what that was all about, But he keeps going, he says, "But wait, there's more. I will also provide you with a lifetime supply of my famous corn pizza recipe. It is the best pizza, truly."
Okay, this sounds exactly like Klaus the fish from American Dad right now. I don't know if his southern accent's real, but that Austrian one is very good.
"You will not find anything like it anywhere." And, at this point, he sounded like he was about to cry, you know what I'm saying? And I'm getting uncomfortable at this point, but he keeps going, "Please, you must help me. This is very important. I will give you everything I have. Just, please, a tank is all I need." So I'm here.
It's already on the wiki! I said don't do that!
He's practically begging me to trade a tank for what? Some video game codes, sugar babies, what are that? Some type of candy, and some corn pizza. And I'm thinking, man, Florian, what have you achieved in life that you deserve a tank for the Ukraine army? And, he sits back and he thinks for a second and he goes, "I'm the co-creator of The Binding of Isaac and the main creator for Ballfrog." And, I don't know what Binding of Isaac is, but I heard Ballfrog and I go, "Ballfrog?
At the end of the Florian Wikipedia page, without any punctuation, it just says Florian is dead. Like, not even a period.
Ballfrog? Created by Florian Himsl? And, it's safe to say, if you see a tank rolling around somewhere in Russia with a side of corn pizza and some sugar babies sticking out, just know I tried to help Florian in his time of need, and he will truly be missed from the Treehouse podcast. Thank you very much.
What a beautiful message. Thank you. We had a poll. Should Dr. Cave be the next Florian? He got 74% yes. So look forward to that. He'll be on the next Is It Kino. There was a request for another poll. Salty Shackle wants to know who was better, Sai or Florian? Now, I mean, I think it's a pretty easy win for Florian here, but let's see what the people think. Most of these people probably don't even know who Sai is. It's really not a question.
Hi Mumkey, hi Mumkey's community. I'm sorry if my voice is more unbearable than Toot's. I am calling in from Florian's hometown, Europe, but I just had to call in and drop my 2 cents, as I'm sure
Sai
many
is
are,
winning!
and that's because Florian has left all of us distraught. Whether you loved or hated him, he made a big impact on all of us, and for better or worse, he was one of the main characters of Is It Kino for a good while there. I'm an OJ fan. I can safely say I've listened to every single episode, and on that note, I have a confession to make. I was, once upon a time, a big Florian head. I was always ready to hear him out, defend him in the
AI
comments.
voice.
I appreciated what he brought to the table. I even agreed with some of his opinions, even if the way he presented them was retarded at best. I think he made the golden era of Is It Kino. His and Mumkey's dynamic was peak, and if he had made his decision back then to leave, I think it's safe to say all of us would have been sad to see him go. Unfortunately, I don't think we can say that now. Let's face it, Florian has had a major downfall. His opinions degraded, he became a caricature of himself. He said he was always honest, but I think he started making shit up near the end there just to stay relevant and interesting. And looking at anti-reviews and hearing him leading his own podcast solo without Mumkey, it's clear that even though he said he hated being in this community and all of the comments we left about him, it's clear that he will miss us more than we will miss him. So that's all I can say. It's bittersweet. We might not ever have a character quite like Florian on the channel again. But hey, we have Eggy, we have Hartsy if he doesn't kill himself. So here's to a new era. And Florian, rest in peace. I also have some advice for Hartsy, so cut me off here if you don't want to hear it. But Hartsy, what the fuck? As a certified woman, you are not ugly, bro. You're going to college next year, all of the Gen Z girls especially. We love the short kings, so just find the nearest girl with anime merch on her backpack or whatever. Make friends with her, or make friends with a guy who is friends with girls. Those exist, surely. But bro, you are not ugly. Just get that into your head. No one cares about height. It's not over. We're all gonna make it, Hartsy bros. Bye.
I think some women care about height, but she is correct to say Hartsy is not an ugly man. That might be the only woman submission we have. I don't remember. Somebody asked, Salty Shackle asked, is that Zakara? It very well could be. I can't imagine any other woman is listening to the show, let alone an OG Florian head.
Today, we are speaking.
Oh, this one's way too fucking quiet, dude. Oh my god. She just saw a green card. Thank you, Sam. Let's see if I can super mega boost this. Jeez, you guys are terrible. Let's see. There we go. 16 extra decibels. Will that help?
On behalf of one Florian Himsl.
Barely.
And if I were to look back on his long and storied tenure here on the Treehouse channel, there is one moment that has never quite left my mind. This moment was when the Northman was brought up, and I was left speechless, nay dumbfounded, at Florian's take on the film. He loathed it, and when pressed for detail, the only thing he could muster was that the film was disgusting. Now we can all understand this is but a foolish critique, but it becomes exponentially so when you realize Florian's biggest claim to fame is the binding of Isaac, a game that wears disgust on its sleeve.
Good point.
One might be in awe as to how someone could lack the ability to parse this information. However, this allows you to see Florian at his essence. He is a walking, talking contradiction. He lacks the ability, the creativity, or the vision to rise above the level of shallowness he presides in. Here we have a man who, when he puts his heart and soul into making a piece of art, does he try to break the mold? Does he even try to put a new spin on an old classic? Nay, the best he came up with is Ballfrog, a simplistic piece of junk that made no waves at all. This man is only capable of junk. All he puts out into the world is junk, and that is how it is received, as junk. Yet this disappoints him somehow. Why? Because he cannot comprehend that despite all his toil, whatever he puts out into the world will only ever be received by a measly few.
Literally.
However, the contradictory nature of the creature known as Florian Himsl does not end there. Himsl claims to be a compassionate person, yet when given the chance to, he would not cure the blind. He would in fact fuel the ambition of war and senseless violence. His hypocrisy knows no bounds. He calls for social programs, yet raises the rent on his property, dooming single mothers and minorities alike to a life of suffering on the street. But when Mumkey came across a pitiful creature such as this, did he shun him? Nay, he invited him into his own household to take part in his feast. Granted, it was a small feast, but a feast nonetheless. And in turn, the Florian repaid this kindness by stabbing Mumkey in the back. But seek not retribution for the monkey man. Seek not to inflict ruin upon Florian's household, for a man that acts in such a way as this has already inflicted ruin upon himself. That all being said, Florian can at least take one victory to the grave. He was still a better host than Purple Colonel.
So true. Maybe I'll leave the plus 20 decibels on, and we'll see if we can enjoy these even better. They might be way louder than me now, but we'll see. Barrett Privateer, who desperately wants you all to be pranked with ear rape, gave me 15 Canadian to say, here's 15 in fake money to sneak one of the ear rape ones in without warning anyone. If I could hit a refund button for you, I would, buddy. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Save your money. Stop begging for it. It's just not gonna happen. My apologies, but nobody forced you to click that fucking button. The poll, who was better, Psy or Florian? Somehow Psy won with 57%. Fraud department is sorry it was so quiet. Well, hey, it's okay. Everybody thought you were Linkara, I believe. The chat was kind of cracking me up there. Okay. Let's see if this next one is way too loud now.
You know what? For my eulogy...
Wow. Of all the voicemails to have way too loud, it had to be a random Toot voicemail. My apologies. I'll turn it back down. Jesus. I can't even imagine how horrible that was for all of you. My sincerest apologies. Right after I said I would not ear rape my fans. And Barrett Privateer now gave $50 more to say you don't understand, Mumkey. At least he's not mad at me. Okay, let's continue.
Florian, I want to be honest. As much as I hate him on a personal level, I'll admit I thought he was the best part of the show. His opinions were so beyond parody retarded, to the point that it became hilarious that he meant them genuinely. Like these are not troll opinions. These are and he was like the fall guy of the podcast. It was the funniest shit ever. The podcast is never going to be the same without him, but that's his fucking fault because he wanted to be a crybaby because Eggy didn't want to risk World War III over some third-world shithole in Eastern Europe.
Wow.
But beyond that, it's just a pathetic thing. Like, I hate a lot of people, but say if I were on a podcast with someone I didn't like, I wouldn't quit the podcast. I only quit the podcast because what we were watching was something I couldn't stand.
BoJack?
In fairness. But like I said, if someone I hate was on Kino and I was on there, I'd still go on it because I'm not going to fucking stop the show over some petty drama I have with someone else. Florian is truly a pathetic human being. It wasn't even real drama. It's because he lost the fucking debate about fucking Ukraine. I hope Ukraine gets taken over by Russia just to spite Florian.
That's fair.
Fuck Ukraine and fuck Florian.
That's fair.
I'm rambling, but I just think he's truly a pathetic human being, and he ruined what was something good on the podcast, and that's really fucking tragic. He didn't know his fucking place at the end of the day. Fuck you, Florian. I'm dancing on your grave now, buddy.
Now, I'm going to read some of these chat messages about Toot's voicemail. And unfortunately, I have to report, I'm pretty sure there's one, if not two more Toot voicemails to come. I'm pretty sure. Toot sounds like drunk Eggy from the Family Feud video. Toot has literal brain rot. Take the cotton out of your mouth. You don't have to worry too much about being invited on a podcast, Toot. Florian is better than Toot. Is that the next poll? A Toot voicemail is honestly worse than what I asked? Oh, thank you, Barrett. Barrett, please save your money. You don't need to give all your fucking Canadian dollars to me today. Okay, who's better? Who is better? Toot or Florian? If Psy won, then anything's possible. Why doesn't Florian want us to talk about his fondness of corn pizza? It beats me. He's just ashamed of the facts of his life. Next voicemail.
Hello, Mumkey. Hello, Eggy. Hello, chat.
I'm too fucking quiet. Let's try it again. Okay, plus 20.
Today we are here on this hollowed Gmail account to witness the death and burial and desecration of Florian Himsl.
Florian is beating Toot.
Almost a 5-year-long character in the Mumkey cinematic universe to end in such a pathetic and...
Did he say a 5-year character? I think me and Florian started as far back as maybe 2017, so it's even longer. Imagine being a good friend to somebody for that long and cutting them out for no reason.
Disgusting way is only accurate for who he was. You know, he had some of the worst opinions on the podcast. He was constantly a contrarian, and it was very, very funny when everyone would shit on him, everyone would dogpile, and he would get himself into arguments that he could not win because he was not literate enough to win them. And, you know, I was fine with that for the most part, but once you become the kind of person who will shit talk and get mad at other people for minor things, you know, if you can throw shit but you can't take it, that's when I think you're extremely pathetic as a person. You shouldn't be mean to other people if you're going to cry when someone says corn pizza to you, okay?
True.
So, and since he doesn't want anything to do with this community, I think this community should want nothing to do with him. You know, I actually used to watch his YouTube channel, but after his behavior, I had to unsubscribe, you know?
Wow.
And I'm not saying everyone else should go unsubscribe. I'm not saying it should be, you know, something that is done en masse, but you know, if someone is upset with Florian for any reason and they think that they should unsubscribe from his channel, you know, it's neither here nor there. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. Fuck Florian. Love you, Eggy. Love Biggs. Love Mumkey. Everyone on the fucking Mumkey cinematic universe, you know, shout out to them. Shout out to the Discord. Yeah. Have a good rest of this stream, guys.
Murdered Wife who says Florian's one fan unsubbed. Listen, I'm not here to punish anybody. You all have your own lives to live, and if Florian's content enriches your life in any way, I would not want anybody to lose that. As strange as it may sound, I am going to remain a dedicated subscriber to the Anti-Reviews channel, and I will be listening to everything he puts out, sincerely. I mean that. I genuinely enjoy hearing his podcasts. That's why it really hurts that he's not on this one anymore, because I got a lot out of it. But now I don't have to put in any work, and I can just get Florian opinions for free. That's not so bad for me, so I'm still going to be there. If you want to join me in the comment section of Anti-Reviews, that's where I'll be. And it looks like Florian wins the Who is Better, Florian or Toot poll with 55% of the vote. Let's see if we can open with VLC. That makes it louder. Yeah, let's try that.
Hey, Mumkey. Hey, Eggy.
Jesus. Every time I have it up to 20 decibels, a fucking Toot voicemail starts playing. Jesus. Okay. Let's drop that back down to 10.
It's me too. And I was just saying, I'm seeing you have a problem with fucking Florian being a little whiny. You might be streaming out on YouTube. I can't say that there, but I just want to say, Florian, fuck you, you little fucking. I want to say, call him some words I probably can't say, but I will say this. Fuck you and fuck Ukraine. I hope Zelensky gets raped.
Why did Toot send two of these?
You cry about it. Now your games fail, you pathetic loser. I hope to at least be above him on the Mumkey lore tier list or whatever.
This isn't slow motion.
Fuck Florian.
Okay. Spider McJones for 3 said, forgot to send my voicemail. Love you, Jimmy. I love you too. Okay, let's see if we get ear raped on this next one.
Hey, what it do, Treehouse Gang? Y'all already knows. J Lyrius, Jakub, but y'all little boisters and call me JJ. Whoa.
This is JJ.
Sorry if I sound a little off. I've been drinking that vodka. Yeah, I know how it be, yo. Damn. I'm here on a day we'll never forget, yo. My dogs told me to flow and switch to the dark side. And I'm not talking about my side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. I just want to send my regards. To be honest, I knew this day was coming, else. Me and Florian, we go way back, man. Know what I'm saying? We used to run the streets. We slang the best dope. We had the guns. We was running them buns. Whoa. We had shoulders, drinking 40s. We was kings and shit. Know what I'm saying?
Darth JJ.
I knew this day was coming, yost. A few years back, me and Florian was hitting up the club looking for some poon tag. Yeah, know what I'm saying? But when I was looking for a little something, I done lost sight of Florian, you know. And bros gotta stick together, yo. That's the code, bro. So I went looking for him, you know, checking the booths, the dance floors, the smoking area, everywhere. Couldn't find the fucker. Yeah, that's right. Till I heard a strange noise coming from the janitor's clock. Said, man, you know, fuck Janies. I opened that door, and guess what I done saw, yo? He's fucking that pussy. He's fucking that boy pussy. Damn. I said to him, that boy pussy is only 16, you sick fuck, yo.
Whoa, that's a new
He
detail.
Said, I know. I was like, gangster, what? I said to him, that's a dude you's fucking. There's some sicko shit, yo. He said, nah, it's a girl. And I says to him, he's got a fucking dick, dude. He was all like, yeah, it's a girl. with a penis. She likes Steven Universe. And she is a libertarian. I ain't never seen him since that day, yo. Fuck sickos. Florian, if you're listening to this recording, imagine your life in 20 years, dude. No homies by your side, no love unless it's paid for. No family, no kids, no dog. That shit make a gangster cry, yo. Rip Hartsy. Shoutouts to Mumkey and the Toot Eggy. He's kinda funny, yo. Shoutouts to God, yo.
I love the Rip Hartsy in there. We got a few donations during that one. Salty Shackle for 2. Can you play Misery Not Memory by Echolin? I do believe that is a copywritten song. Probably can't play that one on here. Mr. Spoodersaurus for 5 said the real question is, where is E-Rich Mixoy? E-Rich did not submit one. I think he refuses to acknowledge Florian's death. It's really sad. And Supreme Leader says, make The Day I Met Florian Himsl video with Eggy playing Florian and snack testing a corn pizza. If anything, I would play Florian and Eggy can be himself. But I do like that idea. That might be an upcoming snack tester. I do want to try corn pizza. As an Iowan, we have some authentic, delicious corn that belongs on pizza, I assume. Eli Newman became a member of 1 month to ask, have you heard that Mr. Beast has a knockoff of Lunchables? I did hear about that. He's teaming up with the Paul brothers, so you know he's making a good business decision. Okay. Next voicemail.
Friendship is not determined by how much time you spend together. Whether the shortest moments or the longest years, a friendship lost cannot stop the tears. What can really be said about Florian now that he's definitely dead? 'Twas so sad, Florian's upper half completely bitten off by a hungry sea creature. If we've learned anything from St. J. Garcia Saturn of the Five Elders, it is that no matter how rich and powerful like Florian you are, no one is immortal. The community has always been very vocal that they don't like it when Mumkey just has yes men on the podcast, and Florian filled that niche spectacularly with his contrarian opinions from his humble hermit home. Now some would say that Florian was a fool, a stooge, and quite possibly a clown. It is an initiation within this community where they harass and tease and make fun of every new person who joins the show, and as we all know, Florian took this in stride and he never became upset about it, ever, not even once. One critic referred to him as a brainless cat that is too dumb to know that he is stupid. One said that Florian is wrong so often that him hating you is like a badge of honor. Another claimed, "Nyeh, I could fill a book with what you don't know." Don't be such a nerd, Florian. Among numerous references to a certain historical figure born within his country. Wow, could it be that it's my opinions that are faulty? No, it is everyone else who is wrong, said Florian secretly. But of course, we must maintain respect for the dead, and so I must politely ask everyone to not dance on his grave, for that right is reserved for Eggy and Mumkey, because baby knows how to boogie, and monkey knows how to move. You know, Florian didn't grow up with much. Just loving parents, and stability, and a mansion, and a thriving video game enterprise for him to inherit. Useless crap like that. So many iconic Florian moments. When he compared the entire country of Russia to Adolf Hitler, when he sacrificed 1,000 blind people for one tank,
True.
And his endless adoration for cheese pizza with corn kernels on top. Oh, he will be missed. And to share a personal anecdote, and this is completely true and not a joke, but my brother is a huge fan of The Binding of Isaac. Could you imagine me having spoken to one of the developers when he hasn't? Once upon a time, before it became a meme, Mumkey would actually brag, it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm friends with such a cool person, like the developer of The Bind.
To be fair, that was when I thought he actually made the game and did not just help the guy who made the game. Florian did kind of lie about that.
Of Isaac, that's awesome. He would say that unironically. And that has sort of been lost to time. There used to be good times with Florian. Where did it go? Thus, my final word is, Florian may be dead in the ground in front of us, but I think he died years ago. Subscribe to Willy the Warden.
Oh, This is Willy the Warden. Everybody thought it was Linkara. They thought it was a schizophrenic autistic man. Maybe all of the above is correct. Mingo, I'm not putting any ads on this stream. That's just automatic, I think. Probably from the fucking music I'm playing. Let's see. We got Sean for 5 said rip Florian and all, but I wanted to tell you that I hatched a near perfect 4 shiny Vulpix from an egg you sent me in Pokemon Go. Name ideas? I guess name it Florian, just out of respect for the dead. And James Miller, welcome to the measly few. Numbnut for 10 pounds says we can rebuild Florian George Droid style. Yeah, the Dank is correct. He did not do much for Isaac. He was a code monkey that took credit for no reason. So true. Okay, next voicemail.
Hartsy Fartsy isn't dead, and everything is worse now.
Hopefully Hartsy wasn't listening to that part. I wish more of these were 4 seconds long like that one. We'd get through these a lot quicker.
Hey Florian, thanks for showing off your sexy Austrian voice and your undying love for Adolf Hitler on Is It Kino. Also, thanks for proving to all of us that Edmund Macmillan was the driving force behind the Binding of Isaac.
So true. I like it when they're short, sweet, to the point, dropping hard facts.
Hey every pony, it's Ghoul City Online here, famous YouTuber and commenter on videos of the Treehouse channel. And it's saddish to see Florian go. I remember a few years ago I made a video review of Florian's classic game Ballfrog, and that video performed horribly. Got like 300 views and I made $1 according to my analytics, so thank you Florian for making Ballfrog so I can make $1 from the ad rev, but unfortunately due to the poor performance of that video, I will not be reviewing your next games. It's bad business, that's all. But thanks for all the laughs over the years on Is It Kino, and good luck on anti-reviews.
Sean has become a 2-month member to say, poor little Vulpix, I'll make sure he doesn't become a landlord. Hey, if it's a perfect IV, then, he's got better things to do than landlord.
My fellow comrades, we gather here today to lament the loss of one of us. I know we all may have had our differences and disagreements with Mr. Himsl himself, but we can't deny that he was an integral part of our society and history. We share so many moments alongside him, so many laughs, and so many more pain-bursting screams of anger. I, as an Argentinian myself, know how few of us there are left. It is always sad to see one of us go. The Second World War is almost a century old by now. All we have is ourselves and the memories of our fathers that fought so valiantly against that evil, evil menace. Florian, capo, se te va a extrañar un montón. Ojalá Dios te tenga en su gloria. Hijo de remil puta, la concha de tu madre. Te das el podcast, me dejas sin contenido. ¿A quién le tengo que gritar ahora? ¡Ey, boludo! ¿Me estás jodiendo? Sos un pelotudo. Ojalá te viole Satanás, enfermo de mierda.
Well, we're probably getting banned for whatever the fuck he just said. All I recognized was puta. I assume that means handsome because all the ladies yelled at me when I go to Argentina. Let's see. Can somebody translate that for us? Is this Hans? He sounds like a priest. One of Florian's twinks. This must be Hans. I don't think that was Hans. I don't speak taco. Pendejo. GGG. For he. He said I love and respect minorities. Uh-oh, I imagine it was the opposite of that. Uh-oh. Latinx alert. Okay.
Florian, don't you know your opinions were wrong?
Whoa! Hold the fuck up. Is this why I got incepted to sing this song at the beginning? Did I subconsciously remember hearing this voicemail? I stole this guy's thunder. I just sang Gary Come Home at the beginning of this fucking stream.
Took was oh so long. Florian, I I'm sorry that you get no views on all your Kino film reviews. And now you're gonna eat corn pizza all by your own. Unless you get a hooker to suck on your bone. Somewhere I hope you're reading my latest 3-word poem. Florian, come home. Florian, come home.
He does have better lyrics. I didn't even change them.
Come home. Florian, come home.
Okay, so all the credit to that guy. He did it first and he did it better. I'm just a shallow imitation. You're more than a pet, you're my best friend. Too cool to forget, come back, 'cause we are family. And forgive me for making you wanna roam. Okay. Another song. Very hard to hear.
Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza. Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza. Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza. Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza.
Is this the caveman?
Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza.
Florian loved music.
Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza.
This is ass! What are you talking about?
Corn pizza, corn pizza, corn pizza. Corn pizza, corn pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza.
The commitment is as sad as it is impressive.
Corn pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza.
Why are the viewers going down?
Pizza. Corn pizza. Corn pizza.
Oh my god. Oh, so touching. Somebody, they said it the best in the chat here. Malgeist said, when you're happy, you enjoy the music. When you're sad, you understand the lyrics. So true. Oh man, I don't know how anybody could follow up that one. Some things are just too beautiful and sad.
Gentlemen, we're gathered here today to mark the passing of our favorite Austrian.
He stole your
I figured
comment?
what better way to do that than by reading the final words of our second most favorite Austrian. And so here it goes. Adolf Hitler's final will and testament, as read by someone doing a very shitty Florian Himsl impression.
Hold up.
Since I did not think I should take the responsibility of entering into marriage during the years of combat, I have decided now, before termination of life on this earth, to marry the woman who, after many years of true friendship, entered voluntarily
Hitler
into
died
this
on his
already
wedding day?
almost besieged city to share my fate. She goes to death with me as my wife according to her own desire. Death will replace for us that of which my work in the service of my people robbed us. Wow. What I own belongs, as far as it is of any value at all, to the party. Should the party no longer exist, it will belong to the state. Should the state also be destroyed, any further decision from me is no longer necessary. Yada yada yada, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You know, he talks about his paintings for a while. You fucking love to paint that guy. Anyway, here it is. Myself and my wife chose death to escape the disgrace of being forced to resign or to surrender. It is our wish to be cremated immediately at the place where I have done the greatest part of my work during the 12 years of service for my people. Dated Berlin, 29th of April, 1945, 4 a.m., signed Adolf Hitler. For the love of God, do not show any future employers this. I beg of you.
Nobody
And
made you do
also,
this.
if that cool Corgi guy doesn't work out, consider this my audition.
This is your audition to join the show? I don't even think we need a poll for that one. The chat did not enjoy that at all. Not at all. Gonna be a yawn from me, dog. Hitler faked his death. Austrians think alike. That is a bit suspicious that Hitler, it is like suicide note writes, make sure you burn my body beyond recognition as soon as I'm dead. I wonder where he really went. Good to know. Yeah, 2 out of 10. L. Yeah. Probably not going to do a poll for that one.
Hello, Simian Jones, Biggie, Eggs, and other Mumkey friends. On September 4th, 2024, I was having a perfect day. I had no work to do, and I was playing my most favorite game, The Binding of Isaac, while fresh off a bump of Smokey McPlant. I was getting caught up on my Mumkey podcasts while gaming when I heard the terrible news of Florian's betrayal. I couldn't believe my ears. In a split second, I went from feeling like a great ape to feeling like a poor mouse. To cope with this tragic loss, I made this poem.
So the chat's debating, is this Kermit the Frog, Marvin the Martian, Jordan Peterson, or they think it's Linkara again. Okay, let's hear his poem.
Today we say goodbye. I never wanted to. Shit, this really sucks. My dear Florian loved pants and corn pizza. In our beating hearts, a Kino memory lives. GameStop doesn't have ballfrog. Alright, that's the end of that.
Okay.
I know that every September 4th, the memory of Florian's loss will haunt me all over again. That's right. Every 4th. Word. Every 4th. Word. Every 4th. Word. Sorry, that was my brother Chuck. He's pretty passionate about...
So he's saying every 4th word, so I imagine there's some sort of secret message to be deciphered from his poem if you read every 4th word. I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm sure somebody in the comments 3 days from now will let us all know.
This whole thing. I know you may not like poetry, Mumkey, but I hope that my words spoke to someone else out there. Rest in piss, Mr. Himsl. The horse's name was Sneed.
Okay. Okay. Sean for 5 said Florian dying for corn pizza hurt rendition. .mp3 is the modern day equivalent of Buddy Holly dying for American Pie to be written. I don't know if any voicemail is going to beat the corn pizza song. That would have been better lyrics to that poem than whatever fucking thing he hid in there.
Alright, this is my recording. This is Corgi from the band YouTube live stream. I guess this is more proper because I actually have a microphone instead of being on the phone in the laundry room. But anyway, Florian, he just had too much corn pizza and messed his head. And he's like, "Oh, I must support Ukraine." And I hate peace. And that's why he doesn't want to talk to Eggy, because Eggy, he loves peace, and Florian's not all about that.
This motherfucker has the charisma of a pile of dust caked to your floor that you can't sweep away. That's more poetic than anything else I've heard so far.
And it's kind of funny. Some of his best episodes, like Bros, is a Kino, and the Ukraine debate. It's all Florian Eggy episodes, but
some of my favorites
as well. Kino, and that's why it's Kino, because it only lasted for such a short time.
True.
But anyway, Florian, I hope you choke on a schnitzel and all your money gets donated to Ukraine's one tank. All right.
Yeah, I assume in death, Florian's last will and testament was give all the binding of Isaac money to the Ukraine. So, you know, they'll benefit from that one tank. I don't think Florian's entire net worth could buy one tank, unfortunately.
You know what I like about Florian? Is that he's always got the habit of doing the exact opposite of what a reasonable person would do. I don't think this man knows what the outside world is like. He's been living up in a penthouse of his horse for so long. But it says something about him that he stabbed a mate in the back, stabbed his mates in the back, someone he's known for so many years, done so much stuff with. And what? Now he's going to program shitty little games no one will play, do a podcast no one will listen to, and just waste his life away on the money he made on someone else's game, which is much more popular than anything he could make.
Really easy to understand, yeah.
If you're listening, Florian, I'm going to tell you one thing you've got to listen. You've got to get out of your bubble. No, I don't know who you're hanging about with if you're on Grindr now. But you got to get out and sort of talk to people who you would never talk to normally. And I don't know where you can start. You can start anywhere. Go down to the fucking German pubs. Go down to a football game. I don't know. Just get out of this shitty little online bubble you're in and become a real fucking human being. It's pretty sad, really, seeing a grown man act like this. A woman wouldn't act like this, or a little baby. It's quite sad, mate. And lose some weight as well. Alright, see ya.
Englishman cannot even speak English? Englishmen can't speak English, yeah. This guy is seething? Was he seething? I couldn't comprehend half the words he said.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to honor the life and death of Florian Himsl. Florian Himsl, who lived from April 20th, 1889 to August 16th, 2024, was found dead in his humble hermit home a few weeks ago. It all started on that fateful day when God chose to take Florian's life instead of Hartsy Protsy's. He was flipping through Grindr while live streaming when he saw that the last twink in Austria had blocked him. Distressed, he called the corn pizza store to buy some corn pizza, but quickly found out that they had closed forever due to only ever having one customer. Shocked and terrified, he exclaimed, "Oh damn, I guess that's it," just before putting the barrel of his iconic shotgun beneath his chin. He Ronnie McNutted all over the place, and all 23 of his viewers were horrified. 23, that's pretty high. In closing, I think it's important to remind ourselves that Florian died doing what he loved, flipping through Grindr and ordering corn pizzas.
True.
Some may be glad to be rid of his horrible opinions, others may miss the way he would call Purple Colonel a fat fuck. But one thing is for certain, Florian is in hell right now, and he's enjoying his 72 corn pizzas. So for him, that might as well be heaven. Inshallah. Have a fantastic day.
Ghoul City, to be clear, I don't think Florian gets 23 viewers. He was streaming Minecraft with Hartsy, and he literally had one. Hartsy had like 15. Okay, I think we're down to like the final 10, maybe a little less. Let's keep them going. I don't think we've hit the 8-minute one yet, have we? Can't wait for that.
Hello, family, friends, viewers, and former prostitutes out of a job. You know, I didn't know Florian, but honestly, I think that none of us really did. Because I want you to think about this. Are you going to tell me that this guy managed to be part of The Binding of Isaac, one of the best indie video games of all time? That he also spends most of his days talking about movies online and even has his own channel all about discussing movies? And yet, he also manages to have some of the worst and most incorrect takes about literally everything that he talks about. If there's one thing that schools and news networks have taught me, is that all millionaires only become rich because they are smart. So here's my theory about Florian. What if the person that we thought we knew as the Austrian retard is actually just a geniusly written antagonist for the Mumkey Jones persona? Why else would he always be the one against good movies and in favor of bad ones? Why would he like the Borderlands movie? Why would he always be looking to burn the one and only bridge that keeps him relevant? Why would he be so antagonistic towards everybody else? Do you see what I'm getting at? He wasn't meant to be a agreeable person or even a smart one. He wasn't trying to make a reasonable argument. He was trying to be the perfect foil for the podcast. He created the character of Florian, a perfect idiot, a rich guy who knew nothing about the things that he said he was passionate about. It was the most dedicated performance I have ever seen. He was so dedicated to this character that he became the character. 24/7, he would have bad takes. He would have dumb opinions. He would like the worst movies that you have ever seen and criticize some of the best films ever made. That's how hard he put his soul into this character. And that is why I'm here to defend his honor. Because what's the other option? That he was just some loser that made a bunch of money early on his life and now is desperate to make more, become relevant again? Yet he's so uncreative that the best thing that he could come up with was ballfrog, and that his other means of becoming relevant again is just a bad movie review channel where he just sits and talks without any sort of charisma? That he will be so short-sighted as to burn the one person that actually grants him some sort of relevancy in the internet? Let me end with this. This guy, he got pussy and he got corn pizza. And I think that speaks more about his character than whatever recording you may have of him wanting more tanks in Ukraine instead of medical aid for children. Bye-bye, Florian. May hell fulfill your needs for fanboy Boosie more than Earth ever did.
Well, I forgot I was not going to play that voicemail because he did expose the truth. I guess now, I mean, it's ruined. This whole thing has been a kayfabe. Florian Himsl is just a character that I invented. His real name is Robert Durst. And, you know, I guess this whole fucking stream is ruined now. I thought we were going to keep kayfabe up at least for the rest of the night. But it's all true. I've been told to read some of the updates on the Florian Himsl Wikipedia page. So, looks like, the role of Florian Himsl was played by Jesse Harvey, father of comedian Steve Harvey. Florian is dead. Florian Himsl was a well-known NATO puppet who advocated for the war in Ukraine, and he has shown support for sending more weapons to Zelensky to bomb more children in the region of Donetsk. He sent massive amounts of corn pizza through the Austrian postal service to help the starving children in Ukraine, and it was also done to help advance the war effort. Eventually, Florian stopped caring about the war effort in recent years because he got way into the well-known dating app Grindr, where he found his new boyfriend. Okay, so I'm getting conflicting stories about the truth behind Florian right now. Willy the Warden for 5 Canadian says, I should be in that painting too. We did Venture Bros movie on anti-reviews. Rip Florian rape in person. You were insufferable to talk to. Go Team Venture. Okay. Dr. Decker says, disband NATO. I don't think Florian would like that. Okay, next voicemail. And please leave that Wikipedia page alone. It's just irresponsible what you're doing. And I don't find it funny at all.
I gotta Hey, this is Corgi. I had to re-record because fucking I forgot how to I misclicked. So yeah, to dear Florian, he was he had his moments, but kind of just got stale after a while. You know what I'm saying?
Frid Durst
would just like, I think this movie's good, or this TV show, and he won't explain why. He just says, oh, cause I like it. So his bit kind of, it's only funny when it's like something reprehensible.
Yeah, it got
like,
old.
The bros. That's where
I think that's what it's funny, because the inclusion of Eggy, you know, at that time he was a rare podcast host for Is It Kino, and him and Florian made some pretty Kino episodes, but that, excuse me, but then he got mad when Eggy wanted peace in the Middle Eastern Europe, and Florian was like, why would you want peace? Russia, me must stop Russia. But I won't donate any of my money. I must buy sugar babies. I need sugar babies. More sugar, more prostitutes and femboys.
Okay.
Then help my dear friends. Like, we even see that in the
This is the only one I've wanted to
video.
skip so far.
He didn't want to help Eulogy with his increased rent when he's working like 50 jobs to pay it off. So yeah, he's literally like landlord.
There's only 6 more
millionaire
minutes
for,
on this one. Don't worry.
Just coding a very successful game that like he's barely acknowledged. Like no one cares. The only reference is being a leech, like literally being a tiny leech to the creator in the game. Like that's a real boss, and he barely looks like Florian. So yeah, that's yeah, and shout out to Sobriety September. That's a great thing you're doing, Mumkey.
That's right.
It's especially for Eggy, because Eggy he really needed it. I saw firsthand in New York his drunkenness.
I heard some bad things about that.
Especially later in the night. Like in the beginning it was fun, but then kind of went downhill. So yeah, big ups to Eggy. Love you, brother. All right, see ya.
Random Candor says, play this one again at 0.25 speed. If we get a donation requesting that specifically, we will not do it. Jondon for 5 said, it feels good to hear people say I sound like Linkara. Sure, yeah, take any compliments you can get. We still have not heard the 8-minute one. Maybe it's this one.
Rest in peace, Florian. I just want to say a few things about our Austrian friend here. Florian's takes on movies were some of the funniest, stupidest, and childish things I've ever heard. I didn't think people could have such dog-water opinions, but Florian proved me wrong, and I loved him for it. When Mumkey asked Florian if he would rather cure thousands of blind children or send a tank to Ukraine, I'd never laughed so hard when Florian chose the tank over the children.
That was good.
So, thanks Florian for the laughs. But, in the end, you're a fool for abandoning true Kino for your own greedy ambitions on an inferior show. I've tried anti-reviews, and when you invited some annoying alcoholic from your Discord who wouldn't shut up, I knew it was all downhill for the show.
That was a good episode.
So, rest in pieces, you stupid Austrian fool.
Dogwater got the whole hood laughing. He said sarcastically, I assume, with like a sad emoji next to it. I just joined and that art is amazing. It's like Mumkey's having a BoJack free churro moment. Eggy's not even paying attention in the artwork. Very rude. At least Purple's taking it seriously. And I assume that's Isaac and Ballfrog also there.
Florian Ballfrog Himsl. What can we say about the man that hasn't been repeated ad nauseum?
Good question.
You know what? I might be the first to do it on this funeral, but I'm going to give him a little credit for sticking around this long. You know, maybe it was his Austrian sense of humor that couldn't tell the difference between actual criticism of his character and just a playful riff between friends. You know, every time you called him a scumbag landlord, he thought, oh, that's silly, Mumkey.
No, I meant it. I still mean that
besides that, you know, he won't be missed too much. He had a different opinion, but it was a pretty shit opinion, so, you know, kind of evens out when you lose him. He did have a very funny voice to make fun of, but we can still make fun of him after he's gone, yes.
Yeah, I figure anytime we need a Florian opinion, I could just do the voice and we could pretty much guess what he would say about any given movie. Just say the opposite of anything logical or reasonable. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I have noticed that ever since Florian stopped being on Is It Kino and Eggy has been on every episode, that the view counts have been way, way up. I don't know, it might not be related at all, but when I did all those polls back in the day, like who do you like better, Eggy or Florian, Eggy did get the majority of the votes there. And it seems to be proven correct. I don't know. Looks like we have 4 more voicemails.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today to share our thoughts and experiences with the late Florian Himsl. I have only really one personal story that I can share about me and Florian. It's the only time we really communicated, and I believe it was about 2 years ago, back in 2022. I went on Florian's Game Squid channel, and I checked out a video called My Favorite 14 Games of the Year, or some bullshit like that. And I was shocked at how good it actually was. He only named like small indie games that I haven't heard of. Some of them looking fantastic, some of them looking kind of eh. And it was way better than the typical gaming discussion content that I typically see these days, where you have these disingenuous piece of shit YouTubers ranting about how the flavor of the month AAA title sucks, or how it's fallen into controversy on Twitter. Most gaming commentary channels today are really no better than gaming fucking journalists. They talk about the same things, they share all the same opinions with each other, they never give any love to small indie developers who actually put love into their work and actually can benefit from having the spotlight. And hey, fuck it. I'm not saying Florian blew me away. I'm not saying he's sitting here looking like a nitro rad or something like that. Hey, I'm not even saying that Florian's gaming opinions were great, but I could tell that he meant them. I could tell that these weird-ass games in this video that no one's ever fucking heard of were genuinely his favorite games of that year. And these days, it's honestly fucking hard to come by people like that in online gaming discussion. So, what did I do? I praised the shit out of Florian in the comments section of that video. But, to my surprise, it's crazy. He actually responded to me. He thanked me, and he insisted that I join his Discord so we can talk. And hey, this took me by surprise. Like, this is the guy who made The Binding of Isaac, and he wants to talk to me in DMs. So, and me and Florian, we talked in DMs a little bit. And during our conversation, I let it slip that I had heard of Florian from watching Jimmy's content. And Florian responded something like, "Oh, you're a fan of Mumkey? Oh, well, I do appreciate the attention that his channel has been giving me." Like, something like that, right?
Makes
and we
sense.
talk a little bit more, and during our discussion, I get a wee starstruck, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'm surprised. I'm talking to the guy who made The Binding of Isaac. Like, I've done some crazy stuff in my life. I've worked in the Pentagon for like 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And this isn't that crazy, but still, it's nuts that I'm talking to this developer who made this, like, this game. This famous game. So Florian, like, he hears that, and like, he's just almost immediately, he's like, "Oh yeah, you gonna buy Ballfrog?" And I'm just like, shit, because I'm a stingy asshole, but I'm also like way too nice, and I'm also, admittedly, I'm a little stupid. So like, after taking way too long to respond, I was just like, sure, what the hell, you took some time to talk to me, I may as well pitch in a few bucks and help a guy out, So I bought Ballfrog. And like, this is kind of the end of me and Florian's conversation. I bought Ballfrog, and this was definitely a mistake, because my experience playing Ballfrog was about the same as Jimmy's, like the exact fucking same.
It's not
from
a
that
good
stream.
game.
You go to the fucking cave, you think the game's kind of cute, a little quirky, it's got a weird little control scheme, but when you get on top of the cave, where there's like the floating platforms and the million bristles that insta-kill you, and they're all like floating in the sky in this really like ugly layout, it suddenly hits you. You suddenly realize, oh shit, this game isn't supposed to be fun. This is supposed to make Jacksepticeye scream on fucking camera. It's a rage bait game.
Yeah.
It's I Want to Be the Guy. It's I Am Bread. It's Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. It's Jump King. It's one of these worthless ass games that are just designed to make streamers angry and frustrated because that's content, right? So I'm sorry, Florian, but I did not like Ballfrog. It sucks. But, I'm not ranting to him being like, hey, fuck you for pitching me on this game. I'm like, that would be fucking stupid. I'm the idiot for buying it. It's my money, so I'm not acting anal about that. But generally, the interaction with Florian did kind of leave an impression on me. It really came off like the whole, like, flattering me, talking to me in DMs thing. Like, that was all just kind of buttering me up for a sales pitch, which kind of seems to be the trend I've noticed with how Florian treats a lot of people. Like, you know, when Mumkey got brought up in the conversation, he wasn't like, oh, Mumkey, I like that guy. He's funny. He's cool. We've been friends for a while. He wasn't like that. He was like, I really love the publicity that he gives me in my games.
Yeah.
Like, instantly. It was like that. So for some final words for our dear departed friend. They say that every man has an angel and a devil on either shoulder. An angel on one, devil on the other. And for Florian, I'm going to say he was no exception. But the devil on Florian's shoulder was a smart and calculating man who wanted to squeeze out the most out of anyone he could. And the angel on his other shoulder was a well-intentioned, creative, but weird guy who picked his nose and ate corn pizza and was just otherwise very, very stupid. It almost seems like a pitch for a cartoon where these two characters interact and they end up causing like him to get into trouble constantly. But hey, Florian was kind of a cartoon character. So, rest in peace, Florian. It was funny while it lasted.
That one was 5 minutes. Maybe there's not an 8-minute one. Maybe that's what I was remembering. Willy the Warden, during that voicemail for 2 Canadians, said, I hate you more than Florian. Honestly, fix yourself. I don't know if that's directed at me or at the voicemail guy. I assume it's at me. Thank you for the 2 Canadian. And it is not shocking to me that behind closed doors, Florian does not like me and is just using the community here to make $5 sales on Ballfrog. That might be the least shocking information I've ever heard. Okay. Yeah, Jesus Christ, fucking finally. There's 3 left. Let's hope none of these are 8 minutes. Maybe that was the long one. I liked that voicemail. I don't know why everybody's bitching. He told a true story about his interactions with the grifter.
Yes, hello. This is Florian's cousin from Argentina, Dorian. I was very upset to hear Florian quit his Kino. All I could say was, oh damn. Even mine own great-great-grandfather is disappointed in his last remaining relative in Austria. Oh damn. What's that? Mein great-great-grandfather would like to say something to Florian Himsl? Here you go, mein Führer.
Dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab, wenn ja!
And not a shocking amount of Hitler speeches involved in these voicemails today. Hog Rider for 5 said, check heavy Simian email for Corgi reply. It's only less than a minute or use this after the slash. Folks, I don't know how to tell you this, but I pre-screened all of these last night. And if it's not currently downloaded to my computer in the Florian funeral folder, you're too fucking late. I gave you several weeks to submit your voicemails. I'm not gonna play random shit you send me right now. I'm not that stupid. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, woe is Florian. We didn't always get along, us two, and now that he's gone, I cannot help but feel remorseful for all the things that you said to me, Florian, and now I shall dance upon your grave. Roll the tape, November 2022. Why Florian despises me so much.
So what's your next video gonna be?
What?
I don't know.
This might literally be the last time we hear Florian's voice on this channel. So enjoy it while it lasts. Might be the last time, genuinely, some of you ever hear his voice again. Unless you re-listen to some old episodes.
Wow, you don't even know yet?
Every time I post a video, you seem to be like, am I in it? Is it related to something I made? Maybe I should just make my next video about you.
Oh,
That'll make you happy, right?
I don't know if it will. Please don't.
I don't know, it seems to be what you want.
Wow, not a good
I remember,
one.
it's funny how I'm getting on your nerves for all the jokes I'm making, because when we were talking yesterday, I was making fun of you the whole time. Then when I had the gall to say, I'm a bit of a game dev myself, that's when you said, are you mocking me? Wow, Florian, way to just freaking stomp on my dreams, huh?
Why are you such an asshole? You really suck, man. That's crazy. Well,
come on, it was true. I told you the truth, and you thought I was making fun of you. That's not cool, man.
Like, you just make fun of someone, and then you're surprised if they don't take you seriously? What a retard you must be.
Yes. So anyway, I'm the asshole, and Florian is super nice. He's
True.
nice to people all the time. He's never been mean in his entire life.
True.
Wow. Yeah, I guess you're just never gonna stop sucking, alright.
Well, if you put on deodorant, you'd smell nice.
No, I would never do that. And
You
also,
showered this week.
well, I shower every day after I go to the gym.
Oh, good.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, you could.
Be sure to tell Mumkey that, because he probably still thinks you shower once a week.
I had a really weird pizza the other day.
What is this?
Like I picked I picked a bunch of vegetables because I'm trying to eat less meat. So it had broccoli.
That include corn.
Yes, it included corn. But yes, obviously an egg is not a vegetable. Yeah.
I wonder how Eggy feels about that.
Probably not good. No, I don't know. He must eat eggs.
And I don't know. What if he's vegan?
There is no way that man is vegan.
Is Alex Horatio making a video game?
Yes.
My man. Hell yeah. I hope Florian didn't try to stomp on your dreams when you told him about that. I mean, he told him about that.
At every possible opportunity, Florian makes me feel small.
Oh yeah, your game was awful, man. Yeah.
That's so hurtful.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So anyway, we're the bad guys. We're always bullying Florian, and he's not mean ever.
I'm slowly coming around to your side, Aegis.
Man, you're weird. I wonder how your videos are. I haven't seen any of them yet, but they...
Wow.
Was he recording his eulogy like in a voice chat with Florian and just did not explain what he was doing? I'm a little confused. And yeah, I think we did listen to this one like a week ago in the preview stream. Okay. Might be the last time we hear Florian. Let's see who the final voicemail is from.
You know, Florian was an inspiration
Actually, not the final one. How did, I got a special voicemail from a certain someone that did not somehow make it in, so I'll have to go find that one, but we will play that one.
to us all. He showed that no matter how deficient your personality was, that you may too be able to come into a lot of money for doing next to nothing. He showed you could rent out women like objects, and who doesn't want that?
True.
He showed that you could be dead wrong and still be beloved by a dedicated group of fans. And perhaps my favorite quality of his, if you had any sort of disagreement with you, he was perfect at completely misunderstanding and misrepresenting your point of view, proving he wasn't paying any attention in the first place. Now, these may all sound backhanded, but genuinely, I will miss Florian on Is It Kino. At times, he was a sole light in a dark world when Kino Corner would be going on a rant that nobody cares about, and he always knew just what to say to derail that conversation. If only Hartsy hadn't have attempted suicide, wouldn't have inspired Florian to do the same, and fortunately, or unfortunately depending on how you look at it, Florian's attempt was successful. And just like the funeral for Mumkey and Biggs, Florian is not coming back ever. May God have mercy on his soul for his great many sins, which are probably unforgivable. Actually, considering his recent gay arc, he might enjoy getting raped by the devil, so scratch that. And now that I've reached the end of my eulogy, just like Florian did, I'm not even going to say goodbye.
So true. So the one that I wanted to play last, it is in here, so did I accidentally skip a bunch of these? I'll go back to the very top. Tell me if let's see if we've heard this one before. Did I accidentally skip like all the ones at the top? I hope not. Shuba Loa, thank you for the 3. Okay, yeah, we heard this one. So how did I skip this one? Did I already play the Hartsy voicemail? I don't think I did. Let's try it.
I don't think I've lived through a single Saturday than the day I found out Florian was leaving the podcast, and partially because of something I have done. Seeing such a massive rift tear in between two of my dear friends, that of course being Mumkey and Florian, has been pretty upsetting. So I just want to say sorry to both you and Florian. I like you both a heck of a lot. And
you don't need to apologize to me. I don't care anymore.
Consider both of you good friends, and I hate to see this happen between you. In other news, I recently just watched the film Back to the Future for the first time.
Favorite movie?
I know it's a classic, but I've never gotten around to watching these films, until today that is, because apparently they're about to leave Netflix soon, so now's the perfect time to catch up on them and watch them for the first time.
True.
And let me just say, I've definitely been sleeping on these movies. This first movie might be one of the best things I've ever seen from Steven Spielberg. The main duo of Doc and Marty is endlessly entertaining. Marty might be one of the most likable protagonists I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
He's likable, he's charming, he's funny, and he's very cool, what with his skateboarding and his guitar skills. And Doc might be the funniest mad scientist ever portrayed in film. And Marty being willing to risk everything to inform Doc about his untimely demise is very heartwarming. I love that all of his past actions leads to a better present for him to return to for his family. So the movie is funny, charming, and has a big ol' heart on it. And I've been informed that the second one is much better, so I'm very excited to watch it.
I didn't say much, I said I like it better.
What was this about? Oh yeah, Florian. Yeah, that sucks, man. Sorry.
See who needs Florian? We still have plenty of people with funny accents to review movies, okay? And yes, Back to the Future 2, I do prefer it over the first one, but I think most people would disagree with that. So let's see what Hartsy thinks. Maybe when Eggy dies, so we can get a Hartsy update on his Back to the Future trilogy viewing. I don't know how I skipped that. It was third in the list. So I'm worried I actually skipped somebody now. Let's play the second one. Let's see if we recognize this one.
Rip my nigga Florian.
Okay, yeah, so just somehow magically I skipped over Hartsy, that's fine. Back to the Future 1 is better, but 2 is more fun? Yeah, that's fair to say. As a film, Back to the Future 1 is a complete, beautiful love story. Back to the Future 2 is an amazing time travel adventure with lots of crazy hijinks. I love it so much. And I'm glad that Hartsy loved Back to the Future as well. The Florian Wikipedia was fixed. Well, it will live on forever in this stream. And folks, that is it for the Florian funeral. We made it through all these 34 some odd voicemails. Some tears were shed. Some fun memories remembered. And I think that's it for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for it. Wow, 300 concurrent viewers like the whole time. That is insane. People are just really devastated about this horrible loss. Thank you for all the donations and all the new memberships. And if you watch this all the way through, rip my homie Florian. I'll see you guys. What do I have coming out next? Is there anything tomorrow? Maybe we'll do Depression Chamber on Sunday. So stay tuned for that one.